Hey there. Welcome to CyberPulse by Quantum Shield, the podcast where we make cybersecurity less intimidating and a lot more exciting. Every episode, we're diving into the latest digital drama, from sneaky hackers to the coolest defense strategies, all while sharing tips you can actually use. So grab a coffee, get comfy, and let's navigate this crazy digital world together.
Okay, so picture this. You're building a house, right? And you're putting in all this work, the fancy fixtures, maybe a little reading nook.
Ooh, with a window seat.
Of course, a window seat. But then you forget to put in any doors or windows, let alone locks. That's what it's like to build software without secure coding.
Ouch. Yeah, you're basically inviting every internet gremlin to come and mess with your stuff.
Exactly. So today we're diving deep into secure coding. We've got excerpts here from this training document, pasted text to help us out. It's like our security blueprint for this deep dive.
I love a good blueprint. So where do we even start? What is secure coding anyway?
Well, this pasted text thing, it says secure coding is all about minimizing those vulnerabilities, the weak points in your code. It's about writing software that doesn't just work, but actually lasts, can stand up to attacks. Like, remember that time when, a fast food chain's app had that security flaw? People were getting free food left and right.
Okay, that does sound kind of fun, free food. But think about the bigger picture. The company, they had to deal with a PR nightmare, lost tons of money, probably all because they treated security like an afterthought.
Okay, yeah, not so fun for them then.
Yeah.
So we're talking about more than just like throwing in a password requirement and calling it a day, right?
Way more than that. Secure coding, it's like building a fortress, not just putting a lock on a screen door. It's about anticipating those attacks way before they happen, putting in multiple layers of defense. Think moats, drawbridges, the whole shebang.
Okay, I'm getting medieval castle vibes here.
Yeah.
So how do we actually build that fortress? Walk me through it.
All right, so this is where pasted text talks about the software development lifecycle.
The SDLC, right? It's like the recipe for software, yeah.
Exactly. And just like a good recipe, you can't just add ingredients willy-nilly. There's an order, a process. So from the very beginning, you're figuring out what the software even needs to do. Right?
The brainstorming stage. I like that stage.
Right, so even then, security has to be part of the conversation. What kind of data are we collecting? How do we protect it? And then, as you move through designing the software, writing the actual code, testing it, even maintaining it, years down the line, security has to be baked in at every single step.
Wow, so it really is a marathon, not a sprint.
100%. Okay, but let me ask you this. Have you ever been on a website and it asks for your email address, but then you try to put in like gibberish and it just lets you...
Well, yes. It's like, what's the point of even having a form then?
That's where those secure development practices come in. That's what pasted text calls them. It's all about making sure your code can handle anything thrown at it. Input validation, that's one of them.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So instead of just letting any old gibberish through, your code be like, hold up, this isn't a real email. Try again, buddy.
Exactly. It's about setting those boundaries, those checks and balances in your code.
This has been super insightful, and I'm sure our listeners are already thinking about how much more aware they are of security in their digital lives.
For sure. I mean, every app we use, every website, it all relies on code, right? So even if we don't write the code ourselves, we can be informed users. We can demand better security practices from the companies we trust with our data.
That's a really good point. Knowing about secure coding, even just a little bit, it makes you a more powerful user.
Absolutely. It's about time we all level up our digital literacy, right?
Right. All right, listeners, that's our deep dive on secure coding. Hopefully you're leaving today feeling empowered, informed, and ready to build your own digital fortress. Just don't forget the Windows this time.
Thanks for hanging out with us on CyberPulse. Remember, cybersecurity doesn't have to be scary. It's all about staying sharp and a little bit savvy. Keep learning, stay curious, and don't let those cyber gremlins get you down. Catch you next time, and until then, stay safe, stay smart, and keep crushing it online.